Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be talking to you about the importance of exposing our middle school students to what an online education looks like, as well as the work required to be successful. This is not strictly online education, but includes any format that will get them better prepared for the future trend of using technology in education. The main reason we need to start implementing this in our schools, and the reason I am before you today, is because it would be an injustice to our students if we at some point, or multiple times throughout the year, did not introduce students to what an online or hybrid course will end up looking like to better prepare them for the future I believe that they have in store. According to Picano, Seaman, Shea, and Swan, in a recent study, high school students enrolled in an online class in 2007 was estimated to be 700,000 students. And in the 2009, a follow-up study was estimated that 1,030,000, an astonishing 47% increase in 2 years. It is hard to track exactly how many are taking online courses, but one thing is for sure, the trend is continuing and more students will be switching to some form of online format in the future. There are many conflicting research papers and articles debating the amount of students taking one or more online courses in college. The trend I did notice between the many articles is that the number has increased over the last 5 years and is continuing to rise. Joshua Bolkin states that the number of college students is taking at least one online course nearly doubled from 23% to 45% over the last 5 years, according to a 2013 College Explorer. I honestly do not see this increasing trend going anywhere, especially when it creates a convenience for students and professors and also creates a potential to create money. Another article backing this claim in Best Practices in Teaching K-12 Online that states, teaching and learning in the K-12 virtual school has grown in popularity since the inception of 1996. In the United States, there are currently 24 state-led virtual schools, and 12 stated that they are in the process of forming these institutions. And according to a blended course design, a synthesis of best practices blended of hybrid courses offerings are estimated to be utilized by 79% of public institutions of higher education in the United States. This tells me that this trend of online or blended courses is here to stay. What I am concerned with is determining if we are properly implementing and preparing our students for higher education with our K-12 online or blended courses currently being offered. According to Internet and Higher Education, this includes the capability to offer courses not otherwise available, meeting the needs of specific groups of students, offering advanced placement or college-level courses, or permitting students who failed a course to take it again. These are not the only benefits, but there are 4 important ones I feel drive online learning in the K-12 setting. As you know, we currently offer credit recovery in places of elective options for students in our school, which is amazing because it allows them not to fall even further behind their peers while still participating at grade level in their other core classes. The question I ask is, are they prepared for these courses, and are they truly learning from these courses? A study by Hannafin and Frichet found that when implementing a computer-based instructional course for remediation for at-risk math students who took the Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System, that improvement was seen. The study concluded that overall, scores of all 10th graders increased significantly compared to their 8th grade scores for students who participated in this computer-based course. They improved more than students that did not. Before we begin, I feel we must talk about some possible issues or problems that can arise from improper implementation of these hybrid courses before we can discuss proper implementation and tools for success. The reason I feel the issue is so critical is because we are going away from something that educators, students, and parents are used to and switching over to an unknown or new format to many. It is critical because when we are switching from something we are comfortable and used to and going into the unknown, there are always complications, unknowns, and arguments of what best practices are available for the future of this new endeavor. Much of the switch and legwork is coming from the K-12 instructors implementing this change. Some major concerns I have is, where is this formal training and education the teachers need to properly design and implement these courses? How do we know that the online environment will be more beneficial to our students than the typical face-to-face instruction we are also used to? How do we know that the best design options or proper pedagogy we need to take into account for our individual classes? Are the educators implementing these courses in the K-12 classroom doing their students justice from an educational standpoint? Many also believe it takes more time and effort for a faculty member to teach an online course than to teach corresponding face-to-face courses. I'm a 6th through 8th grade math and science teacher, and the big question I always ask myself, and every teacher should ask themselves before creating or flipping a unit they have into an online format is, will it truly be beneficial to my students? I am by no means currently good at creating engaging online activities with genuine social presence, but only through practice and implementation can we become better at this process. This starts with the teacher first being prepared to create a framework for the class that is organized and the students will know how to navigate. There are a ton of great teacher technology tools out there, but it is the educator's job to decide what would be the best for their classroom and topic at hand. Too many times, I see educators jumping on the insert your technology or app here bandwagon when it is actually hindering the topic that they are teaching. Shantia Kerr caught my attention when she said, teachers should monitor the adoption of tools by students in an effort to ensure that students use all resources to their full potential. This goes along with being flexible and being able to adapt year to year. When it is all said and done, this is a huge task to take on, especially with no formal training or course design experience. You will need plenty of time and effort in order to have a successful online hybrid course, especially when first trying to implement them. Don't expect a home run. For the first, quality feedback must be given from students and taken into account to revamp the issues that arise when trying to implement these courses. Again, this will be time consuming when beginning this process, but it is necessary to prepare our students for what the future holds. You must also do some research on what learning management system best fits your learning style. This goes along with choosing and using the correct piece of technology, but in the end, it is not the learning management system that is important, but how the individual instructor uses it for how their individual classroom works. Each class is different, as is every teacher, so finding out expectations is a must early on in order to be successful. A well-planned out syllabus with the basic outline of the course is very helpful to allow kids to plan accordingly. Also, a grading scale and how to grade will be conducted for this course is very beneficial to allow the students to know the importance of each assignment. A rubric should also be included to allow them to see the breakdown of each assignment. You should also include examples of quality work to allow students to see the expectations in the course. Many students need to see this guidance early on because these are the basic elements in a well-designed online course. Don't get me wrong, I love being in the classroom and having the face-to-face interactions and instantaneous feedback from students, as well as being able to give it. Looking at the statistical trend of going online, I believe we have just begun, and in the next 20 years, secondary online education could potentially match or exceed online courses offered by universities. This is just an opinion of mine, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if it came true. With this in mind, if we start introducing our students to this format, they will be better prepared for their futures and have a step up compared to what other schools or districts are offering. We are currently in an age where many of our students are eager to use technology. They just need guidance of how to properly use and implement these amazing resources for educational purposes. They are completely capable, they just need to be given the opportunity. For these reasons, I feel at a minimum, hybrid courses should be offered at least at the 6th to 8th grade level, with the opportunity to have entirely online courses in 9th through 12th grade. I only say this when the teacher implementing these courses is prepared to design them and put the work and time in necessary to make them successful with their students in mind. What work you might say is necessary for success in one of these environments during the course? The difficult part with online or hybrid learning, as well as regular face-to-face education, is not that every student is different, not that this is truly a problem. Two of my most important elements of these courses have nothing to do with the content at all. In order for you to be successful in an online environment, you must be flexible and be able to create a channel of communication that allows for timely and genuine feedback to students. You must be willing to change the course you have created every year to make it reach its full potential. Be flexible enough to work on the fly with problems you may encounter. You must give timely and genuine feedback that will not only engage you more in your students' learning, but also engage them in their learning, and hold everyone accountable. Many K-12 blended courses, which I am proposing we implement in our school, will have the benefit of giving feedback or directing students in case something isn't clear for them online. A small issue with this is that the students are truly not learning how to become independent, which it should be the end goal for all of us when preparing students for their future in higher level online education. Don't expect a home run at first, but quality feedback must be given from students and taken into account to revamp issues that arise when trying to implement them. This will show your students empathy during the course and make them more engaged in their learning. Again, this will be time-consuming when beginning this process, but necessary to prepare our students for what the future holds. There are many elements and tools you can add to a hybrid course that is not easily available in face-to-face classroom. One of the greatest features is students are able to set their own pace. This allows them not to miss any important information, as well as take the time necessary to process the information they are receiving. Teacher presentations are great, but allowing students to individually play with interactive software on a topic allows for a deeper understanding of the key elements you are trying to teach. This allows them to create an understanding of cause and effect in a way that was not easily done on an individual basis. With the amount of information and resources available, students do not necessarily need to use the resources given, but can go off on their own to see other points of view on the same topic. This is a real-life applicable skill they can learn as long as they are first taught how to find quality resources. Micro-lectures are exactly what they sound like. They are mini lectures put into a video format for the benefit of students. Many sites are already taking advantage of these micro-lectures, such as Khan Academy and TED Ed. They are typically used at the beginning of a unit or lesson to push content out to students. This is a great approach to make an online appearance possible in your daily students' routine that they are used to in a typical classroom. We are dealing with many students that are not used to an online course, and the whole goal of our hybrid course is to get them comfortable with the movement towards online learning. Micro-lectures are beneficial for many reasons, such as the ability to go back to any moment and revisit material a student might not fully understand. The ability to access the information from any place at any time where internet is available, and is a great way to review for an upcoming quiz or test. To view more information on this great resource, I have included an informational YouTube video. The edge I feel that our younger generation has of teachers, as well as our students, is the ability to easily use and adapt from one technology to the next without batting an eye. I honestly do not think that this transition would be easy or as beneficial for older teachers. Many older teachers have lost touch with available resources and are unwilling to put in the time to create truly effective online resources. Mark Prensky brings an interesting fact to the table that states, today's average college grads have spent less than 5,000 hours of their lives reading, but over 10,000 hours of playing video games, not to mention 20,000 hours of watching TV. Computer games, email, the internet, and cell phones, and instant messenger are all integral parts of their lives. The younger generation is what we call digital natives, who are ready to embrace this teaching style and use of technology, while the digital immigrants are the ones refusing to change with the times and evolution of technology and don't know how to use or implement the amazing resources we have out there. Prensky later states that any course can be altered to go fully online, and the digital immigrant teacher who says it can't is just a rationalization of lack of imagination. For all teachers, especially the ones reluctant to give it a shot, need to be offered professional development opportunities in order to create and implement effective courses. We also need to be offered adequate planning time in order to put the work in which is necessary to create these online environments.